we've had a few spanners in the works. After moving aboard, spending the summer in Scotland, sailing all the way up to the Outer Hebrides and back, and now most recently, a crazy hectic week in the boatyard, we have hit some roadblocks. We were hoping to be able to cross the Channel and then cross Biscay and spend the winter in northern Spain, but it doesn't look like that's actually going to pan out. The autumn storms have been extremely fierce this year. They've just kept on blowing through without giving us a break in between them at all. We haven't even had a window to get across the Channel to France, let alone being able to cross Biscay when we'd need a full week without any storms. So it's looking like we're going to have to spend the winter in the UK. And there's yet another problem with that too. The marina that we're in at the moment doesn't have any space for us for the winter, so we've had to find somewhere else to go. We finally got a break in the weather to sail the 40 nautical miles around the Devon coast to Brixham. The wind was still forecast to be quite strong, but from behind us, which should make the sail comfortable enough. Bye, Plymouth!
It should be quite a fun sail. Sort of maybe a little bit weaker winds than we had in the Bristol Channel. 20 knots, 2 reefs in the main, but smaller and probably sharper seas. But yeah, we're hooning along 7.5 knots over ground right now, which is pretty good. So we're just off the, I think it's Salcombe in there. Anyway, we just jibed. We were broad reaching out to sea with the Genoa, but kind of at that impossible angle to sail where the Genoa gets blanketed by the mainsail, floats around. It's like horrible, to be honest. So we jibed, pulled in the Genoa. We're able to point much further downwind. It's taken maybe a knot off our boat speed, so it's sort of doing 6.2, but going much more in the direction we want to, and taking the waves directly from behind us. Things are much more comfortable than they were. Just got to do a bit of dodging crab pots, but yeah, it's been a lovely day today out here.
Spirits were high on board for our last sail of the season.
Back to broad reaching.
Putting the sails away for the last time this season. Sad face. See you in spring sails.
Yeah.
Brixham was our first experience of southwestern coastal towns with brightly painted cottages on the steep hills looking out over the harbour, and it was super cute. We also got a bit of a surprise when docking when we found the local seals having a nap right next to our slip. We spent a few weeks in Brixham, enjoying the wildlife, visiting nearby towns and spending time with family. But the weather kept getting worse and worse. The winter storms kept rolling through, with what felt like no break in between them. We could deal with the cold, but the constant storms pushed us into a tough decision. We were originally hoping to make it to Spain for the winter, as you've probably gathered from our earlier footage and from some of the stuff in our previous episodes. But we've had a couple of problems with that. First one being the weather, as I mentioned, but we've also had a few things go wrong with the boat and some kind of visa and tax problems that have also meant that we can't get to Spain and we wouldn't be able to stay there over the winter.
And I think we've realised that we've been rushing too much, and I've really enjoyed the summer, but overall I found it kind of stressful. And we had these plans to head south, across Biscay, and with hindsight, that was just way too much pressure to put on us.
Yeah. And we were already starting to rethink all of these plans and to try and go a little bit slower before we found out that the type of visa that we were going to get to allow us to spend so long in Spain would have meant that we'd have had to have paid import tax on the boat as soon as we arrived in Spain. So obviously that's not an option for us.
We just needed a bit of time to reassess and do a bit of research. There's an exciting potential visa opportunity with France that we'll take a little bit more of a look into. We've got a bunch of exciting stuff planned for the winter. We're going to go spend a bunch of time with friends and family, which is always good. I think we're both looking forward to spending a bit of time on land anyway. We love the boat. We're looking forward to starting next season again. But I think a bit of a break is probably good for us.
Yeah.
And we've got some exciting things planned.
But first, got to get the boat packed up. We're packing up the boat today. Exciting and scary in equal measures. I'm going to miss the boat when we're gone. We've already had one cold snap being on the boat and it wasn't particularly pleasant. And we've got lots of fun things planned with family and friends over the festive period into January. So we are going to move off the boat. Today is the 5th of December, and we're probably going to move off the boat until kind of middle to end of February. So that means the boat's going to be left on our own for quite a long time in potentially quite cold weather. So we are getting off or dealing with anything that can mould, and we're making sure that we actually properly winterise the boat to prevent all of our water pipes from freezing or kind of anything bad happening because of cold. So yeah, anything that can mould or anything that can freeze need to get packed or dealt with in some way in the next 12 hours. Get your hoodie back on.
So I bought this hoodie ages ago. Grey, nice Patagonia hoodie, and I love it dearly. And Laura bought exactly the same one. What the hell? What the hell is that?
It's a nice hoodie.
I know, but now we look like
Crew.
couple wankers.
We are couple wankers. As well as missing the boat, I am going to be missing the seals. There are so many cute seals in Brixham Marina, and they're like, we're the closest boat to them.
And the little turnstiles.
Turnstiles. Yeah.
Turnstones.
And we've had a cute little group of turnstones who are these cute little birds that like rocky shores, and they also like will hang out on the pontoon. Oh my god, oh my god. There are too many seals.
been a little bit worried in the past about diesel bug. So like contaminants, I think it's algae that can grow inside diesel, particularly when there's a little bit of, when your diesel level is below the top of the tank and water can condense. That diesel bug really likes it when there's water and diesel mix. So one of the recommendations is to put this diesel bug treatment in. The instructions tell you how much to put in. It doesn't damage the engine in any way, but it does prevent that diesel bug, which is great. What's scary about diesel bug is that if it grows, it leaves like a sludge, which can clog filters, and if it clogs the filter, it stops the engine, or it can go all the way into your injectors and clog the fuel injectors, which is super bad for the engine. You don't want that happening. So yeah, I'm going to put some of this in. Getting there, almost ready. And the aft cabin is like packed with stuff. Look at that. One full aft cabin right to the ceiling.
Right. Round 2.
Basically all done. It's very strange, I would say.
Yeah, very odd.
Yeah, to be totally packed away like this.
We haven't done this since last winter in Chichester because we've been on the boat so much. We haven't had to totally pack it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels weird.
Yeah, it does. Hopefully it's still afloat when we come back. I'm sure it will be.
It feels weird, but I had such a terrible night's sleep last night thanks to the from the seals at 4 AM that I'm like, get me off this.
Good night, Delphi.
Nice one.
Let's go. Bye, Delphi now. We'll see you later, buddy. Oh.
Right, yeah, see you in January. So that's it for our first season of cruising, but we've got some fun adventures planned for the winter, which I hope you'll enjoy watching over the next couple of videos.
And huge plans for next season, so stay tuned.